This week, we could see more than 50 million Americans lose power as many people within the United States are now bracing for days of ice, snow, and rain. Now, here's what we know. More than 50 million people are bracing for this winter weather advisory starting tomorrow morning. Some states are already in this winter weather advisory simply because it's getting so cold. This includes people from Texas to Ohio, even to Tennessee. Now, this is not going to be quite like the previous winter advisories that we've seen over the past the past couple of months, but those were projected to bring in more snow. This one is to bring in more rain and ice because of how cold it is expected to be. Now, this is a real problem. We are expecting very icy conditions over the next few days. Some cities and some states are already preparing for this and have been telling their residents for many days. But it's kind of the last minute. You need to be prepared. The reason I bring this up now, mainly for a couple of reasons. There are actually a few reasons. First, the reason I bring this up is because if you don't have a reason to be out on the roads and it's really icy or snowy, just don't go anywhere. Stay home. You will be much safer. Second reason, if you have yet to stock up on things for your pantry or your fridge, you should do so now. Don't wait until tomorrow. The third thing, many states have already talked about this, and many more states are even considering it in the future, but some states are giving out relief checks in order to help you get through these tough times with these additional costs. For example, in Maine, where temperatures this week are expected to dip below 14 degrees, thousands of residents will begin receiving an energy cost relief, an energy cost relief check of $450. That's pretty good. That's decent. That's a start. Again, it is something. But keep in mind that more state governors are actually discussing this as well, that they are going to use some of their additional budget in order to provide residents with checks to help them get through these tough times. Now again, with cost of food going up, gas going up, utilities going up as well, many states have considered this over the past few months, but they haven't really acted on it. Now more states are considering this and sending out checks to some of their lowest income earners to help them pay for these additional costs. So that's some good news there. Now, being that we are talking about these additional costs, I do want to share some rather unfortunate news for you guys as well. And that is the fact that multiple states are preparing for potential rolling blackouts as states, as their power lines will be taken down. As ice, sits on top of the power lines and there's so much weight that it just busts it, right? It snaps it, or it pulls the poles down, right? It yanks them down. We're going to lose power, okay? Also, as we see these colder days come, we are going to have additional energy usage, which is going to cause rolling blackouts as well, especially in parts of the South, like Texas. Now, I bring this up because I want you to be prepared. If you haven't done so already, get yourself a backup heat source. And I've talked about this before, get yourself a Mr. Buddy heater, a portable heater. It runs on propane, very simple to use. They say they're safe in the house, but I recommend you use them where you have enough space, right? Not in a very tiny room. You just want to be safe. Also, make sure you get yourself enough food just in case you can't get to the store or the store is closed down, right? Make sure you have water that is not frozen. So this means put it in your house. It doesn't have to be hot, right? But as long as it's not frozen, you can still drink it and consume it, and that will be perfectly fine. Now, one thing I do want to say, and this is something that a lot of people have, they asked in the past, was what should I do to prepare for these additional costs? One thing that you can do, and I recommend it to everybody, is to save for an emergency. Simple as that. Save some money. Put some money aside in an emergency fund. If you are trying to pay down debt, that's great. Okay, and this isn't financial advice, but if you are currently attempting to pay down debt, I believe based off what Dave Ramsey says, is you should build a small emergency fund first. I believe that's $1,000. Build the $1,000 emergency fund first. Then I think he says to pay down debt, and then to build your bigger one of $10,000. Now again, this isn't financial advice, but that is what most people are recommending. Is in tough times like this, where yes, paying down debt is essential, making more money is key, but at the same time, have a little bit saved up just in case you need it, in case of an emergency, like this one. So that's the first thing I'd recommend you do. Now, here's the next thing, and I will leave you with this. A lot of people are going to be in a tough situation very soon. And the reason for this is because right now gas prices are going up. They are going up because oil refineries are shutting down temporarily in order to perform scheduled maintenance. We knew this was going to happen months ago. However, a lot of people didn't prepare for this. They knew prices were going to go up, but they didn't do anything about it. That's fine. There's not a lot we could do. But here's the thing. If we see, and again, prices are going to somewhat come down temporarily because of this, the ice and the snow and stuff like that. We've seen demand increase because weather was good. Well, as weather turns, we're going to see demand drop, which means gas prices will likely go down. That's going to be the time to go and buy gasoline as it goes down. It might only go down for a day or two, but if it drops, get yourself some gas. Maybe not fill up, but get yourself 5-10 gallons, whatever you need, right? As it drops, it'll save you a little bit of money. And then once the weather turns and it gets a little bit better, we're going to see gas prices and demand go back up. So because of that, just be prepared, all right? Because we know gas prices are likely going to increase. And if we do see, power outages, and we have to, spend some more time to, or if we see really icy roads and gasoline just can't travel from one city or one state to the next, just understand we may see disruptions there as well. So if you can, get gas early before it's all gone. But that's the last little bit that I wanted to explain today. Just wanted to give you this winter weather advisory because I know a lot of people are wondering what's going on. Well, this is potentially going to be a very big winter storm, but it's going to bring a lot of ice. So again, just be prepared.